Hey everyone, how are you? Just here to tell you a little bit about something that I purchased back 2 years ago for my wedding. So of course, a couple months in advance, I had a big wedding, like 200 people. In advance, I was just looking for stuff that, I wanted for my ceremony and just to make it special. And something that came up, or that someone that my sister-in-law actually brought to my attention was, she's like, during your ceremony, because my grandmother passed away not too long before I got engaged, and we were very, very close. Like, we were best friends, and she meant so much to me. And I just was so upset, of course, that she couldn't be there for my big day, because I know she would have loved to be there. So I had to do something for her. So my sister-in-law was like, oh, her dad had passed away, and she was like, for my ceremony, I had a memory candle. And she's like, I had a family member, her brother, she had come up and light it. So me and my cousin were very, very close with my grandmother, and I thought it would be nice if maybe she came up, and we had like a special song playing that was my grandmother's favorite song, and she came up and lit the candle, and we had like a moment of silence to remember her. And I thought that was really nice. So I couldn't really find, I was looking for memory candles. I didn't really see anything that I liked so much. A lot were like super expensive and not really what I was looking for. So I actually found this decal and made it myself. I found the decal online. I think I just got the one pack, but it did come with, I think you could get the option of getting like a bulk pack, which came with like two. This was for like a larger candle, so it says, in loving memory of someone who will always brighten our hearts and be remembered. So it's just like your regular standard tall candle, which I believe I ordered online as well. And I got married inside of an aquarium, so I did kind of like a beach theme. So my sister-in-law, actually, she's very creative. She made this plate for me and hot glued all these shells and starfish to the plate. So we kind of incorporated my wedding theme into the candle, which I thought was really cool. So the decal is literally so easy. It was probably the easiest thing that I actually did for my wedding. The decal, basically, it's kind of like a stick-on tattoo. So you basically would just put the decal over and put it onto the candle. And then I used a wet rag, just like a warm wet rag, not just a little damp, not too wet. I believe it was like 60 or 90 seconds. I just kind of sat there and held the damp cloth over the back of the decal. And after about, I would say like 60 seconds, I kind of like just took the decal and sort of like started peeling it off, just to make sure that like the decal was, this part was sticking. And it was, and I peeled it off real slowly, and it came out perfectly. I mean, I'm so glad and it honestly like saved me a lot of money than having to go out and buy a memory candle that was expensive and that I didn't really care for anyway. So I really didn't mind doing that, and it was kind of cool because I could say, hey, I made it myself, So it just really added something special to my wedding for my grandmother. So I had like a paper that went along with this, like it was like a ceremony paper, and had like all my bridesmaid names, and then it said in loving memory, and like memory candle for my grandma, and then for like other relatives that passed away that unfortunately couldn't be there. And I just thought this was such a great way to remember them, and the easiest decal. Like I said, it was just like a stick-on tattoo that like a kid would use. And I think that the font's so pretty, the script, and then you have like the little print, and it's just enough and not too much, not too over the top. And I like this little like design at the bottom. I thought that was so pretty, just so easy to use, just a really, really great way to remember. And now I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, if I had the candle facing this way on top of a podium, and then they later moved it onto a table with some photos and stuff like that. Oh, I had a memory table, sorry, at my wedding. It had photos of my grandparents, and both grandparents on both sides, and then on grandparents on my husband's side as well. So we kind of placed this in the middle, and now I'm realizing, like, if I got the other decal, because I didn't need another candle, but I could have just put it on the other side and had it on both. But I mean, it worked out fine, just one decal. But I was thinking, if you guys have a memory candle for a special occasion of yours, whether it's a wedding or sweet 16 or even just like a memorial service, this is great for so many occasions. You could get two decals, and even though it's the same candle, just put one on each side Now that I'm realizing I could have done that. That would have been nice. I was just like not thinking, I guess, when I ordered it, and I'm like, oh, I just need one. But it was so easy to use, and I just used your regular, ordinary white standard candle. Fits absolutely perfect. I really couldn't have asked for an easier decal to get online. And I was iffy about it too, because I'm like, I'm ordering it online. I don't know how it's going to come out when I actually get it, aside from the photo. Nope, looked exactly like the photo, worked easier than I could have hoped for. So that, you know, in loving memory, decal for your candle. I'm sure you could use it on other things, but I specifically wanted it for a candle. So if you guys are looking for a great way to remember a loved one at a special occasion, definitely check this out. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, guys.